Welcome to Hiring a Designer. And in this lesson, we're going to go over what I have done in the past and what I'm doing currently to get my designs made and get the quality and, the flow in my business that I need. I can tell you, if you haven't outsourced in your online business before, it's kind of worrisome if you haven't hired anybody before at all. It's definitely a little scary, but this is a business, and if we're going to get to the certain level, hiring a designer is definitely a step you want to take, and it's not something that you should fear at all, but definitely something that to be taken seriously as well. Before I started hiring designers, I took the liberty to download the free software called GIMP and tackle it myself watching YouTube videos. I learned a little bit, but most of all, I wasted a lot of time trying to learn how to get the designs that I knew I needed, and I fell short most of the time, and I would most of all I would just get lucky every once in a while on a text design. But when I hired my first designer, the quality of the designs went up. I got more designs out, and because they were waiting on me for work, I always ended up researching and giving them 5 to 10 designs, and it took my business to the next level. Instead of slowly getting designs up that weren't that good, I was literally getting 5 designs a day, and instead of research, fight through design, and then launch the campaign and ads and all that, I was just doing ideas, launch campaigns. Within the first week of doing that, I had profitable campaigns on the board that I was scaling up. So hiring a designer is not going to be like, you're not going to go out there today probably and find your long-term designer and be happy with everything they give you at first. It's really not that way. It's all about building a relationship with them and working with them and getting that understanding of what you're looking for. It's a lot easier to stay and hone in on one niche or a few niches that y'all can be familiar with, and your quality of work will climb and improve. So the 3 places that I've hired designers, I started on Fiverr actually, and then I've used Upwork.com, and my favorite, and still my favorite, is OnlineJobs.ph. Now, Fiverr.com is known for $5 tasks, of course. You can go on there and get a $5 design. I don't recommend getting the $5 designs at all. You get what you pay for on Fiverr.com, and the $5 stuff isn't designs. It's smaller stuff. So if you want a good design on Fiverr, just pay $20 or above, get good feedback, and if it's your first time to work with one of the top designers on Fiverr, obviously you'll get there and you will see there might be a small wait, but usually it's not that bad and there's a lot of people on there. But just be prepared to pay more than $5 and don't get discouraged on that first design. Keep trying and conveying the message that you want, and I promise they will come back with something. You just have to be patient, be very courteous, and compliment their work, and then tell them, I really like how you did this, but let's try this too. And they'll keep going. If you're paying per design and you start getting 8, 10 revisions, just fill your designer out. If that's not working out, then maybe y'all can discuss a different route. But those are kind of one-off jobs. But you can go long-term with a Fiverr designer if you find one you like. Just ask them if they're available for more consistent work, and they'll also possibly be open to paying less or charging you less because of the consistency. If they're just doing a freelance job, one-off times, they don't know you, they're going to charge more. But long-term consistent work, they're going to be able to do more designs. Y'all have a relationship, the work flows easier, and you're going to be looking at, in the long run, per design, less cost and higher quality as well because of the relationship y'all build together. And I definitely recommend the longer term, but depending on your position, hiring somebody on Fiverr versus somebody full time is totally cool. You do what you have to do. Upwork is another popular business process outsourcing site. There's people from all over the world on Upwork.com. You can pay $2 an hour for something. You can pay $200 an hour for something. All skill levels. And all you do is connect your credit card, and they have a lot of processes and systems in place to keep the outsourced worker and you safe and the process fair. So there's not a whole lot to worry about because it's set up. That's the benefit of all these websites. It takes the hard work out of going and finding somebody, say on Craigslist or on the street. So there's a lot of systems in place like this. These are softwares as well that streamline a lot of the payments and the communication and all that stuff. And you can see testimonials and reviews and feedback. And these are great places to find good designers. So let's go in onlinejobs.ph, and I can kind of show you. I've posted jobs and hired people, and I've also just kind of dove in and searched and found people. So here we are at onlinejobs.ph. You do have to make an account and join, and there is a fee. You can actually search for workers and stuff without paying, but if you want to communicate with them, you do have to pay a fee. But after you hire them, you do not have to pay Online Jobs the next month. You will have to cancel it, but once you hire somebody, you'll connect on Skype and you'll get their email. And I've always made my payments through PayPal, and it's not made through onlinejobs.ph. So you can either keep paying and keep finding people to hire, or you can just pay that $50 one month, find somebody to hire, and cancel. There's a lot of good information on this website about hiring and outsourcing in the Philippines, and also it's pretty self-explanatory to sign up and everything. So I'm not going to go over that, but what I do want to show you is a little bit inside of my account and some of the jobs I've posted and what I do when I'm looking for a designer. Because there's two ways you can locate a designer on here. One is to post a job, and then you're going to get emails and resumes and applications from several people. When I post a job on here for a designer, I get 75 to 100 or so responses, and that can be overwhelming, especially if you're going to dig into each one of their profiles and resumes and portfolios. I lose my mind just like I do when I'm trying to research a good idea. That's why I kind of put these sorting processes in place, but I really don't have a good sorting process for 150 applicants for t-shirt designers. So I recommend either definitely posting a job, because you will find some quality people, or you can search yourself. But I can kind of show you what I've done, and I may blur out a little bit of personal information in here. But I have posted some jobs, and you can see how many applications I've gotten on this right here. So I can't remember the last time I posted several months ago, but this is what it looks like after you click on post a job, and it's going to ask you to fill all this out, assuming you have an account. But this one was pretty simple and straightforward. I just freelance designer looking for a professional individual to assist in illustration, graphic design, branding, logo design, t-shirt designs. Needs to be proficient in Shopify and able to work. My hours, keep in mind they are about 12, 13 hours ahead of us. So, kind of different ends of the clock there. But fill this out and just post the job. It's that easy. And I think I did this one. I didn't want to put too much thinking in the job description. I just wanted to get it up there so I knew I could find somebody good and hire them. I didn't want to overthink it. So as I've said before, the important thing is massive imperfect action. Just if you need a designer to get good designs, just start. So I've posted several jobs. You can see the almost 94. That was for an assistant. They did some idea research for me and ran several designers, and it was a great experience. But the others have mostly been designers that I've hired. Here's another job posting. I kind of talked up my business a little bit. So right now I'm looking to hire a rockstar graphic designer to expand our online business. You'll be designing physical products, t-shirts, mugs, phone covers, etc. You will also be researching for new design ideas. Throw that in there. Make sure they know what they're getting into, and don't be scared to throw that process in there as well, because it helps. They need to be able to research and understand what you're looking for. I'm not the kind of man that will micromanage you, but hitting deadlines and proper turnaround time is absolutely critical. So I tell them what's required: good communication, fast internet, Skype, so we can communicate. Skype's good, and I also use Slack now. Pretty straightforward. I don't cut anybody if they don't have these qualifications. I just want to see their designs. So when I get a application from somebody, I look through their portfolio. Let's see here. So this person was applying for this design job, and so what I would do is I just check out their profile. This is the rate that they are asking for. So this is in a Filipino currency, and this is USD. Available 40 hours a week, 6 years in the freelance works. So you can find out a lot of information here. If you have an account, you can see their Facebook profile, their actual government ID, stuff like that. And usually they have, it's just kind of templated for them to rate their skills on each of these tasks. But I like to look at the summary here. Usually they'll put a good one in here and maybe a link to their portfolio. And I can see their other work. If they don't have a portfolio, it's kind of hard for me to believe that they've been doing design work for very long. So that might be a good key indicator, but not necessarily every time. But the other way to find a good designer is just you can search the workers. So you can search the resumes, post a job or search. So here I'm just going to start out t-shirt designer. Okay, we searched t-shirt designer, and I like to narrow down the results a little bit. Monthly salary is in Filipino currency. So I know that in the past that I've hired, in between 25,000 and about 50,000 in PHP. You can choose full-time or part-time. Either one is fine. If you do part-time, it's just somebody that's going to work with you and several other people. If you do full-time, they still might work with some other people, but I typically do full-time. I don't know how much this ID proof score matters, but I do choose greater than 70, and usually I'm able to see their government ID, their Facebook verified. They've taken a lot of tests, and it's proven to sort and show some quality workers. Last activity, I do a week or less because I want them to be hustling on here and looking for work already. I don't want them to be, if they haven't been on here in a month or 3 months for that matter, they're probably, they're not as hungry as somebody that's been on here, this week. You can do with picture, with government ID, like I said, and there's more refined filters here. But if you put too much in here, it's not going to show you anything. So I'm just going to search that. And so it pulled 16 profiles with the keyword t-shirt designer in it. And mind you, you do not have to hire somebody that is used to designing t-shirts, just somebody that's a good designer. They might have been designing flyers and different things. So as long as they can use Photoshop and convey a message in a tasteful way, they are a great candidate. So I just come through here and look through 10 years of creating t-shirt designs and vectorized graphics. That he looks like a good candidate. He is $650 to $759 USD per month. When I started hiring on here, I start them out at $500 a month, so that's $125 a week, and that isn't much, but in their currency, it does amount to more. And I also give them commissions on their design ideas, and I like to pay mine well, and I pay mine a lot more than $500 a month now, but it's still less than honestly than somebody in my hometown. So that's the currency difference, depending on where you're located. But if you're in the United States, they're actually asking for less money than you're used to paying. So there's nothing morally wrong with that. It's just a currency difference, and to be honest, I wouldn't take advantage of it. And because they ask for a certain amount and like, oh yeah, I can get cheap work. No, take care of them, treat them right, build a relationship, and you're going to get quality work for sure. I'm gonna blur all this out, but like I said, if you can join the account, you can come in here and get all this information. But they have their age, gender, physical address, telephone number, his website, his IQ score, his government ID is uploaded here in an image. I can click on it and enlarge it. His summary here is kind of short, but let's see. I'm not sure why he doesn't have a portfolio with 10 years, but like I said, it's not, well, here he does. Okay, and he has a pretty cool little website here. At least he's putting content up. He has some t-shirt campaigns here. Looks like on a platform of our style. He's talking about Teespring. So he's probably experienced in our line of work. And I would definitely give him a test job. I mean, you can see right here he's working in the religious niches. Here's fireman, American by birth, redhead, support our veterans. So he is used to layering, ideas in these niches. So I would contact him. And so you just click contact here. So it actually kind of posts a job here, but you're just kind of doing it to him. So you can template these out if you want to, and you can see it's got like some of my job posts in here. But I would just say, hey, Christian. I looked over your profile and was impressed by your work. I run a growing online business. Okay, nothing over the top here. I just want him to contact me and see if he's hungry. So I'll send this message and he will contact me back, and I will kind of feel him out. Hey, Christian, thanks you for getting back to me. here's what I do in my business. I do t-shirts, necklaces, phone cases, mugs. I work in this niche. You know, I tell people I work in the yoga niche. Used to, I was hoping, oh, I do yoga, you know, and that they were going to know what I was doing, but I didn't get that lucky. But I'm just going to feel him out, introduce myself, let him know what I do, and then give him a test job. And I'm not kidding. I used to give this test job for a camping shirt. It had nothing to do with my niche. I don't know why I did it, but I got to see what they could do on a design. And when I do a test job, I do offer them, I'll tell them I'll pay them for an hour, and, you know, we'll see if we can work together. So you sort through and find somebody with good qualifications, good portfolio, and proof that they can design something that, you know, proof that they can design well. Okay, so the process goes, we're going to post a job or contact the designers by sorting through the profiles. Just chat with them, send them a message, get them to contact you back, and get a test job. Offer them 1 hour of pay so they know you're a serious business owner and that they will treat the job as such. And then, you know, you can communicate away from online jobs, Upwork, what have you, through Skype. And I have always paid through PayPal. I think there's a few other options, but that is the easiest and most common. And it is as simple as that. I pay once a week starting out, and I communicate with them. I send them my ideas. I give them my feedback, and we work together. I ask them to do research, and over time we start working together and vibing together, and it's a lot easier, and it impacts my business in a positive way. And you can do the exact same thing. It's really not hard to bring on somebody like this. They have a lot more talent. You don't have to babysit them. You just have to give them instructions, and they don't have to be great instructions either. It's just put it in action, and you will get the return on your investment, and your business will grow because your designs aren't coming from you. You're spending less time doing that, and their quality. So that's a little bit about how I hire my designers. Go to Fiverr, go to and onlinejobs.ph. Part-time is just fine starting out. There's a lot of designers out there working for several employers. And full-time is not that far out of reach as well, as you can see. And you can get quality designers from quality people. So I hope this helped you, and I'll see you on the next video.